Guys and gals, the pressure is working. We have leadership scurrying, and it's apparent that they're so angry that they're backtracking on some of the things they said, which means it's working. Before I jump into that, I want to thank the sponsor of the video, and that's Lear Capital. Inflation is killing our wallets at the pump and the grocery store. Interest rate hikes are killing our small businesses and the economy. Banks are failing. The dollar is failing. And it seems to be getting worse day by day. But the good news is that we can protect ourselves and our financial futures by holding tangible assets like gold and silver. So why wait? Do what I did and call my friends at Lear Capital. They helped me purchase my gold and silver and showed me just how easy it actually is to add physical gold or silver to an IRA or a 401k. Give them a call today. It's 1-800-260-5075 or check them out at leargg.com. Links and phone number will be down in the description for you. Once again, that's leargg.com or 1-800-260-5075. Hey everybody, my name is Jared. This is Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news. Whether it's legislation or litigation or anything in between, no matter where it happens in this great land, I bring it to you every single day. And today I have another update on House Joint Resolution 44, which, as we should know, it made its way through the House Judiciary Committee and is now waiting for the GOP leadership to bring it to the floor for a vote. And I want you to recall, if you didn't see the video I put out, Representative Andrew Clyde. Now, this guy has put himself out. He has put his neck out for the Second Amendment. He's called on leadership to bring this to the floor time and time again, and even said this when he was talking with Steve Bannon last week.
There was intense pressure on this rule. Talk to us about the pressure that went on to make sure, particularly given the vastly important work you're doing up here for the Second Amendment.
Well, I was called about 12:30 or so on Wednesday, and I was told by leadership that that if I didn't vote for the rule, that it would be very difficult to bring my bill to the floor. Now, remember, the bill that I have is HJ Res 44. This is the pistol brace rule. This is a rule, or this is a bill rather, that takes down the overreach of the ATF. The ATF is trying to become Congress here and create a law that they don't have the authority to create, a law that makes felons out of tens of thousands, actually millions, really, if you look at what CRS, Congressional Review, says about how many potential pistol braces.
Congressional Research Service.
That's correct. I'm sorry.
That's a very important.
Right.
Congressional Research Service has said what about this? How many potential felons out there in this country if this thing's not passed?
Congressional research said that there's anywhere from 10 million to 40 million of these braces out there. So there's that. Potentially, there's that many people that would be affected by this ATF rule.
Now, it's because of him calling out leadership and putting out the dirty laundry that that earned a lot of respect from me and hopefully from you as well, because he is fighting to get this to the floor for a vote. So the pressure has been so much by you guys and gals calling and emailing and not wavering and keeping the pressure on, even though when it seems like it might be futile or futile. You keep doing it, and I'm going to ask you to keep doing it. 202-224-3121. And there's a reason. Why? Well, Steve Scalise was asked by Fox News about what Andrew Clyde said, and if they were looking, or if they were threatening to kill the bill if Clyde didn't vote for the debt ceiling. And now they're doing the crawfish, the old backtrack. This is what Steve Scalise said. Steve Scalise was asked if Andrew Clyde's account on his phone call from leadership, which would be McCarthy, if it was accurate. And Scalise said, no, that's not what he said. He said that it would be difficult to get enough votes for House Joint Resolution 44 to pass. That's totally different than what we were getting from them just a few days ago. And what's changed? Well, Andrew Clyde went on that show and did the interview. We plastered it everywhere. We're trying to get everybody to call their representatives, call all the representatives, call leadership, call everybody. It takes you 20 seconds. And it's working. They're so angry that they're being held to be accountable for their oath to uphold and defend the U.S. Constitution. I could give a care less if Joe Biden gets an extra $2 trillion. You know why? Because he shouldn't have that anyway. I could give a hoot less on the reason they want to ban gas stoves. You know why? Because it doesn't matter in the big scheme of thing. We've been cooking with gas forever, and the stoves don't, it has no effect on America. But back, sorry, soapbox, back to this. So Steve Scalise is now saying, no, that's not what he said. Well, what he was told was that it'd be difficult to get his bill passed because of there might not be enough votes for it. Now, Andrew Clyde was asked again, this is what Scalise is saying, did you misrepresent it? And this is what he said. I'm going to read it so I get this correct. He said, Andrew Clyde, let me be unequivocally clear. I was threatened that if I voted against the closed rule to the debt ceiling agreement, it would be very difficult to bring my pistol stabilizing brace bill to the House floor for a vote. But this is not about me. This is about stopping government overreach and protecting American Second Amendment freedoms. Over the last few days, I have had several positive conversations with leadership about getting a vote on my bill next week. And it is my intention to hold them to that commitment. Now, Andrew Clyde has put himself out there, and I absolutely respect that. I do that regularly. I don't care who I piss off because the truth is the truth and it needs to get out. And Andrew Clyde has earned my respect, hopefully yours too, and I'm going to support him in his effort to get this done. Why? Because the ATF is a bullshit agency passing a bullshit rule that they think is going to have the teeth of law. And if they look around, 0.6% of the firearms, potentially 40 million of them, 255,000 firearms were registered. If they think that's a win, then their stats are bullshit. America is saying we're not having it, we're done with you, and shall not be infringed means that our freedoms are our freedoms. They don't get taken by a three-letter agency of a bunch of bureaucrats who have nothing better to do than to tinker with us and our freedoms. Go after tobacco, go after alcohol for a change. Leave us the hell alone. And Andrew Clyde is putting himself out there for it, and I absolutely, unequivocally support that and can respect that. So if you are on board with me in respecting what he's doing and you want the ATF to stop, then make the phone calls, keep the emails going, hit them on their Twitter, hit them, and I have been savage on House leadership on my Twitter. I don't know if you follow me, but if you don't follow me over there, I've been savage on them. Hit them on their Instagram, their Facebook, hit them on all of their socials. If you just go to their website, like you Google Representative Andrew Clyde, on their contact area, it'll have all their social media links. Hit them there, because that's where they respond, it's where the people go to. Guys, it's absolutely frustrating me. I know it's frustrating you. I don't care if it's frustrating the ATF. We need to get the people on record on where they stand, because no longer will we accept or support the Second Amendment, vote for me, and the second you get their vote, sorry, I really can't, I don't want to support this bill because it's going to cost me somewhere else, maybe my job. I know the Second Amendment's like a real thing, but I'd rather side with all the people who are squishy and want to vote on gas stoves and unlimited spending for 2 years, because that's better for the country. Well, as I'm editing this, things are changing on the House floor as we speak. It's being reported as a revolt where 11 conservatives have gone against leadership, and that's the House Freedom Caucus. They're angry that Speaker McCarthy went against their deal, which got him the gavel, and how he agreed with Joe Biden on the debt ceiling. And this is Representative Matt Gaetz. Quote, "We're frustrated at the way this place is operating. We took a stand in January to end the era of the imperial speakership. And we're concerned that the fundamental commitments that allowed Kevin McCarthy to assume that speakership have been violated as a consequence of the debt limit deal. And you know, the answer for us is to reassert House conservatives as the appropriation coalition partner for our leadership instead of them making common cause with Democrats." And this report, this is from The Hill, just came out, and they're saying at the center of the clash was Representative Andrew Clyde, who had been embroiled in a back and forth with Scalise over the Georgia Republicans' legislation regarding a pistol stabilizing brace. Guys, Andrew Clyde is putting his ass out there, and he's doing what he's elected to do. He's holding his ground, he's standing up to leadership, and we need to do what we got to do to support him. All right, back to this. If you're into the Second Amendment, if you love the Second Amendment, if you're passionate about our rights, our civil rights, then subscribe to Guns and Gadgets down below. I'll bring you news every day, from litigation to legislation and everything in between. And I thank you for your support. Please like this video and share it to help get it through that anti-gun algorithm. I absolutely have noticed differences since I've been doing these regular updates on the House leadership. And I ask for you to help get the video out. Like it, share it, and subscribe go a very, very long way in supporting the channel and getting the news out there. So I will see you all on the next one. Take care.